Hi, my name is Jim Crouch. I'm a 43-year-old father of two, 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. Passions in my life are my children. In addition, from a personal standpoint, I love to snow ski and ride bicycles. I've been a lifelong skier. Spent a number of years skiing in the backcountry around Idaho, Utah, Colorado. On February 14th, I was skiing in the trees out towards the boundary edge of Brundage Mountain. It was a perfect day of skiing, late in the day, maybe 8 inches of fresh powder on the day. So as I rolled over a knoll, I caught a tip under the snow. It's the type of accident that's happened 100 times in the past. Ordinarily, you simply somersault out of it and just keep on skiing down. In this particular instance, there just happened to be a tree directly in front of me. As I realized I was going to hit the tree, I ended up upside down and back first, hit the tree with my spine, and immediately fell into the tree well from there, and did not lose consciousness, but at that particular moment, I could not move anything. While I was laying there, the very first thought that went through my mind were my children. I immediately thought, if I can't move my fingers and toes, I'm never going to be able to play with my children again. And that scared me. I started crying at that point. Within probably a few seconds, I was able to move my fingers and toes. The pain hit at that point, and that pretty much took over what I was thinking. At that point, I called to my friend, who was not too terribly far away and was able within just a few seconds to make his way over to me. He kept a very calm head, assessed the situation. We waited a few minutes, realized there was no way I was getting out of this on my own. He made mental note of the situation, marked trees, etc., where we were before he left, and then took off to get ski patrol. Being in the tree well, it was very difficult for them to get me out. They also remained extremely calm in their extraction, getting me out of the tree well. Once I arrived at the ski patrol at Brundage, they called the ambulance, taken by ambulance to the medical center in McCall, where they did x-rays and an MRI. The results of the MRI showed the severity of the injury, and it was very quickly determined that I would need to be life-flighted out to St. Al's down in Boise. As you might imagine, there's a great deal of panic and fear. The fear of the unknown, not knowing whether you're going to walk again, not knowing if you're going to be able to do any daily activity again. The Life Flight crew showed a tremendous personal interest in my well-being. That was above and beyond just making sure that I was okay strictly from a medical perspective. They kept me calm through the entire ordeal. I owe a tremendous debt of gratitude for them for that. Shortly thereafter, I went into surgery. The surgery was fairly involved. Dr. Hajar fused L1 through L3 vertebrae in my lower back, removed a great deal of L2, which was debris in the spinal column, and then put dual titanium rods, which were screwed into my vertebrae from L1 to L5, I believe. So a pretty good distance. During the surgery, one of the things Dr. Hajar noticed was I had ruptured a nerve. So while he was doing the surgery, in addition, he repaired the nerve. On the second day in the neuro unit at St. Al's, I received a visit from the in-house rehabilitation folks and worked on fairly simple things like learning how to sit up out of bed using proper technique. The next day, day 3, I was actually able to get up and out of bed and, with the use of a walker, actually walk across the room, and subsequently later in the day and the next couple days walk around the hospital. So a fairly miraculous recovery in a very, very short period of time. What seemed like not a great deal of time after that, a mere month and a half or so, I was not only back riding my bicycle, Within 2 months, I actually completed a 4-man bicycle race. Interestingly, during my bike race, the Lyle Pearson 200 from Boise to Sun Valley, I raced for a team that is sponsored by Lifelight. I simply cannot think of a better partnership and way for me to, in some small part, pay back through exposure the work that Lifelight did for me in getting me back on the bike. It is beyond my wildest imagination that I would receive the care at the level that I did every step of the way.